Morning all of you. Today we will see memory interfacing. Okay, so in memory interfacing we want to interface our 8085 microprocessor along with some of the memory chips. Okay, so we want to connect our microprocessor to the memory chips, so it will require some interfacing, that we will call it as a memory interface. Okay, and this memory interface we can then exchange. This is my address. Okay, so address, then data, and then control signals. Okay, and then it is like address, data, and control signals. So this is my memory chip, this is my 8085 microprocessor, and we require this. This is what our memory interface. So this interface can be a decoder, it can be your AND or logic, or you can say combination of and or you can say combination of your binary logical gates. Okay, so this memory interface is basically a decoder circuitry. It can be AND or OR logic, or it can be combination of your logical gates. Okay, so this your system designer will decide what will be the memory interface. But remember here, whenever we want to connect your 8085 with the memory chips, we require memory interfacing. Okay, why this is required? Because our 8085 has a 2 raised to 16, you can say 2 raised to 16 byte of memory, which can be interface. Okay, that means we have address lines. When we talked about address line 2 raised to 16, 2 raised to 16 means what is it? It is nothing but 2 raised to 16 means the address line from A0 to A15 will be utilized. 2 raised to 16 means total address lines A0 to A16 will be utilized. This is my address lines A0 to A15. Okay, so A0 to A15 address lines, or you can say maximum of 64 kilobyte of memory that can be interfaced along with the 8085. Okay, so we have this address lines from A0 to A15. We have memory chips. So memory chips can either be of, you can say 512. Its size can be different. Okay, so it can be a 512 of byte, or 512 of bits, or it can be 1 kilobyte. It can be 2 kilobyte. It can be 4 kilobyte. Okay, and it can be, you can say it can be 2 kilobytes. It can be 4 of 1 kilobyte. Okay, what is this meaning? This meaning is that we can attach multiple of, you can say, a memory devices. We can attach this either a RAM and then a ROM. Okay, this is random access memory and read-only memory. We can interface 8085 with RAM as well as ROM. Okay, so its size can be different. So it can be 1 kilobyte of, it can be 2 kilobyte, it can be 4 kilobyte, it can be 512 also. It can be multiple of RAM chips. That is here in this example 2 into you can say 2 of 2 kilobytes of memory. That means we have a 2 chips of 2 kilobyte. Here 4 chips of 1 kilobyte. Even if we have a combination, that is 2 chips of 2 KB kilobytes of RAM. Okay, and then we have 2 chips of 2 kilobytes of read only memory. So there can be a combination. Okay, so to select these chips. Okay, now in this case we have 4 chips. Okay, for this particular example, we have four chips. Four chips. Okay, so if we have a multiple of chips, how to select that particular chips at a time? That logic is designed by this memory interface circuitry. Okay, and that logic can be of a decoder circuitry. If we have one or chip, two chips, then the logics can be of, we can say, and or logic, or you can say combination of logical gates. Okay, so this is what the memory interfacing. Now what are the control signals that are available? Okay, what are the control signals that are available? So control signals, like we have a reading operation, we have a read operation, okay, a reading operation, and we have a write operation. We have read operation, we have write operation. Also, if we have a multiple of chips, then we have to select that proper appropriate chip of memory. Okay, so for reading operation and writing operation, now we are looking for a memory interfacing. So reading from memory, so that is your memory read, and your writing onto the memory, that is your memory write operation. Now I will remove this. Okay, we have pin, that is I0 M bar, then RD bar, and then WR bar. We have these pins. Okay, so when we want to connect our 8085 with the memory, okay, so we have these three pins are available. Okay, which will decide whether the memory read is there or IO read is there. Okay, remember here M is M bar, that is your active low signal. This is your RD bar, this is also active low pin. Okay, this is WR bar, this is also active low pin. What is the meaning of active low? Active low. What is active low? Active low means it will be, this will be selected. Okay, if you want this active low means whenever on this pin, for example, this RD bar pin is equals to 0, then the reading will be there. Okay, that means to get this operation done, that is reading operation, we must pass on this RD bar pins to be 0. Okay, this bar represents the active low pin. Active low pins means it will read from the memory when RD bar pins is equals to 0. Okay, so this is what the meaning of active low. So now we are working on memory. Okay, we are interfacing memory. IO M bar pin will be 0. Okay, because we are working on the memory. Okay, when it will be equals to 1, it will work for IO interface. So IO M bar pin is equals to 0. Okay, for reading operation, if we have these two combination, that is either 0 or 1, okay, or 1 or 0. As I told you, all these pins, that is RD bar and WR bar, are active low pins. So whatever the operation is there, which will be performed, operation will be there when IOM bar is equals to 0, RD bar is equals to 0, WR bar is equals to 1. This involves, it is, we can say, memory read. It is your memory read operation, either from your RAM or your read only memory. Okay, either from your RAM or your ROM. Okay, or you can say EPROM or double EPROM. Okay, why this memory read operation is there? Because here RD bar is active low pin. Okay, and on that pin 0 is passed. Okay, that's why it is memory read operation. When we, and this memory represents, because this IO 0 bar M is 0. That's why it is memory. Okay, and RD bar is 0. That's why it is read operation. So memory read operation. Okay, now this is when IOM bar is equals to 0. That means it is again a memory operation. Okay, this is memory operation. Now we can see that RD bar is equals to 1. So it will not read, when WR bar is equals to 0. It is your writing operation. So memory write operation. So whatever the data is there or whatever the address is there, that will be right on the your RAM or your EPROM. Okay, so this is what the memory read and memory write operation. but when you interface, okay, when you interface, it is by default assumed that you have made this connection properly. Okay, so to make these connections, we have these pins IO0 M bar, this is one pin, then we have RD bar pin, okay, and then we have a W bar pin. I'm now going to connect our logical, you can say, circuit. Okay, so this is my IO0 bar, this is pins, okay, these are the wires, okay, and now I am connecting this IO0 M bar, okay, I am using the inverter here, okay, and then another pin is my RD bar pin, okay, so I am getting this as memory read bar, and then I have connected this to another NAND gate. This is my memory MEMW bar, that is memory write operation. So let us check this first condition. Okay, let us check this first condition. We have this at 0. Okay, this at 0 in all the ways. Okay, so this is 0 passing. Okay, so 0, this 0 becomes 1 here after this inverter. Okay, then this is 0, RD bar is 0. Okay, so 0 becomes 1 here. Okay, so 1 1 becomes 0 here. 1 1 becomes 0 here. So it acts as a memory read operation. Now, as we know that this is 1 is passed as it is to this AND gate, okay, and what is this? This is WR bar. This WR bar is equals to 1, okay, so 1 here, when pass it to the 0 0 and 1 is 0, and then it is equals to 1, so it is MEMW R bar is MEMW bar is equals to 1. Okay, so this indicates that your memory read operation is carried out. Okay, when we check another combination, we'll check for another combination. Now this, okay, 1 and 0. Now here RD bar is equals to 1. So this is equals to 1. This is equals to 1 and this is equals to 0. So I'm using another color pen. Okay, so this is equals to 0. So now this 1 goes to this inverter, so it becomes 0. Okay, this 0 becomes 1. Okay, and then 1 and 0 combination will be 1. Combination will be 1. Fine. Now this your IOM bar is equals to 1. Okay, so this is as it is 1. IOM bar is equals to IOM bar is equals to 0. So it will go this IOM bar. So another 0 to 1 and this is 1. Okay, and then WR bar is equals to 0. So 0 0 to 1. So 1 and 1 it will be equals to 0. So in this case, your memory write operation will be performed. Okay, so you can practice it. Okay, so you will get. So this can be one of the. This is what one of the logic. This is what one of the logic. Okay, so what you have to understood is you have to perform memory read operation. Okay, so at this particular pin, I must get when I put all this 0, 0, 1, okay, so I must get at this pin as equals to 0. So you can apply your own logic over there. Okay, when you get at this pin, if this pin is equals to 0, okay, so this is your memory read bar. When this pin is equals to 0, it will perform your reading operation. When your MEMW bar is equals to 0, it will perform your writing operation. So you have to make such logic, okay, whenever reading operation is there, this pin MEMR bar should be equals to 0, okay. When you want to write operation, this MEMWR bar should get a 0 value. So apart from this circuitry, you can change the circuitry also, this circuitry, okay, but you have to remember this basic equations, or you can say basic understanding of this particular pins. Okay, so this is what your memory read operation, memory read and memory write operation. So this is my 8085, this is my memory chips, and I wanted to interface these memory chips with the 8085. So on 8085 I'm having the address bus. Okay, so address bus, so A0 to A15. Okay, 16 address lines are there from A0 to A15, which will be connected to the memory chips. Okay, then we have a data bus. So data bus can be this is bidirectional. Okay, so D0 to D7 data bus is connected. Fine, and then control chips are the control. Okay, control, that is our RD bar. Okay, this is my RD bar, and then WR bar, reading and writing operations are there. Okay, and then I'm having another, that is this RD bar pin is connected to the output enable pins in the memory chip. This is my output enable pins. Okay, output enables. I'm writing here OE bar output enable pin. So RD bar is connected to the output enable chips, output enable pin at your memory chips. This WR bar is going to connect bar WE bar pin, okay, on the memory chip. So this is your WE bar, which is your write enable pin. Okay, write enable pin. Another pin is also there. That is your chip enable, or you can say a chip select pin. Okay, so this is your chip enable bar or chip select. So CE bar or CS bar, this represents your chip enable or chip select. Okay, so this pins usually connected to your microprocessor with your decoder circuitry or your interfacing circuitry. This is your interfacing circuitry. Okay, and it is connected to your microprocessor. Okay, so this is your chip select pin. Okay, now in any example, if we have a multiple of chips, okay, if we have a multiple of chips, likewise attaching here another chip. Okay, so this is my another chip, so this is my memory chip 2, this is my memory chip 2. So now I wanted to connect my another memory chip, so I am using the same pin. Okay, memory. So this is my CS bar pin on the memory chip. Okay, always remember here these two pins are there. Okay, so this is my output enable bar. This is my another pin. I am connecting to the write enable bar. Okay, write enable bar. Also the same address lines, this is 8085 address lines are there, which is again connected to my another chip. Also my data lines is again connected with the another chip. Okay, so remember here, so if we have multiple of memory chips, we are going to use this CS bar or CE bar, this logic. Okay, CS bar and CE bar. Okay, that means our chip select or chip enable bit. So what it does, it will use one chip at a time. Okay, and to select these pins, okay, we have multiple of chips, we can have another chip also. Okay, and then it is again connected to this CS bar. If we have this is third memory chip. Okay, so out of these three chips, which chip you have to connect, okay, which we have to select, this will be decided by your CE bar and CS bar, and this interfacing decides which chip 1, 2, 3 out of these three chips, which chip should be selected at what positions. Okay, so this interfacing is nothing but your decoder. So here we can use a decoder circuitry. decoder circuitry, and through decoder we can connect or we can select these chips. We can select these chips, proper chips. Okay, so remember what important change is, what important thing is that whenever you want to connect 8085, we have a control signals, that is your reading operation and writing operations. Okay, when I am having read only memory, that is if my chip is having only okay, I wanted to connect read only memory, then I must connect read bar. I must connect this read bar. When I am having RAM, that is random access memory, so it requires reading operation as well as writing operation. So I must connect RD bar also and WR bar also. Okay, here read only memory, we must not connect this WR bar. Okay, WR bar is not required because only we are read only memory is there. Okay, so we can interface RAM, we can interface ROM to the microprocessor. Okay, we have control signal, that is RD bar and WR bar. Okay, okay, we have to connect this RD bar and WR bar to the appropriate signals or appropriate pins on our memories. Okay, so RD bar is connected with the output enable bar. RD bar is connected with the output enable bar. WR bar is connected with the WE, that is your write enable bar. Okay, WR bar is connected with the write enable bar. Okay, then we have another pin, that is CS bar is there. Okay, CS bar, that means your chip select pin or chip enable pin, which will be connected from the interfacing circuitry like your AND gate, OR gate, or you can say your decoder circuitry, and which will select appropriate chip. Okay, if we have multiple of chips. Okay, if we do not have multiple of chips, then we can directly connect this chip select or chip enable pin to the 8085 microprocessor. Okay, apart from these pins, okay, we have to connect A0 to A15. You can you can show this A0 to A15 by a single lines, as well as you can show it to the multiple lines. Likewise, this is my 8085 and this is my memory chips. Okay, this is my 8085. So I can connect this multiple of 16 pins. If it is not possible, you can directly connect with the one pin, and then you can show that with this A0 to A15. Okay, similarly, you can write it here as well, address bus, and then this is my data bus. Okay, and this is the control bus. Okay, this is a secondary part. Okay, so you must remember that you should connect these pins. Okay, address bus pins you should connect with the all chips. Data bus you should connect with the, all the chips. Then appropriate control signal. Appropriate control signals means if you have a ROM, then you must connect RD bar only, not WR bar. If you have RAM, then you must connect RD bar and WR bar both pins. Okay, and then if you have multiple of chips, okay, then this CS bar pin is over there. So what are the important pins are there? So I will write it here again, some important pins. Okay, I will write the important pin. Okay, so we have chip enable, or you can say chip select pin. Fine, chip enable or chip select pin. Then we have output enable. Okay, or you can say output enable is connected with your RD bar. Okay, CE bar is connected with your CS bar. Output enable bar is connected with the RD bar, and then WE bar connected with your WR bar. Okay, so this is your reading operation, this is your writing operation, this is true for select, chip select operation. Okay, so 2 raised to 16, that means your 64 kilobyte. So memory, our starting address of memory is started from 000H. Okay, and it will end to FFFFH. Okay, so 000H to EFFFH, that means our 64 kilobyte of memory, that is nothing but your 65536. This is number in terms of your bits. 65536, that is your 64 kilobyte, that is 2 raised to 16. This 2 raised to 16 means 1 A0 to A15 address lines. A0 to A15. Okay, when you represent this A0 to A15, these are the 16 lines. Okay, so 16 lines means all this this is represented in terms of hexadecimal number, that is 0000 H to FFFFH. Okay, got this? So this is what the memory interfacing basic, okay, which is very important whenever we are going to solve some problems or memory. Okay, so thank you.